Good morning from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Bryce, Doeschot, and Susan Littlefield back with you on day number 3 of the Nebraska FFA Convention. My goodness, Susan, where did the time go?
It has been a fast week. I was joking before we started doing this that today should be brought to you by caffeine and espresso for the advisors.
Especially for the advisors. Running from East Campus to downtown and everywhere in between.
I was sitting talking to one advisor yesterday. She said, thank God for parents, because she had to be 4 different places yesterday at the same time. So she had those parent chaperones helping out in 3 different areas so she could be here to watch a student get an award.
Well, what an exciting time it is here at the 91st Nebraska FFA State Convention. It is the 3rd and final day. Later today, or later this morning, I should say, we'll kick off our sessions, and we'll have 3 of them today leading into the 7th and final one tonight, where we've got new officers, state degree recipients. That's a jam-packed session. A lot to look forward to there.
And some goodbyes as well for some state officers. It's an exciting day, and we're glad that everybody's along for the ride.
Let's welcome in our special guest this morning. It's Grady Johnson. He serves as state FFA secretary this year. He is originally from the Holdridge FFA chapter. And Grady, we're here on day number 3. How's it been going for the first 2 days as we do go into the 3rd day?
Oh, it's been going great. All the practice and preparation we've done has led up to this moment. It's kind of weird how fast it's been going by, and it's about to come to an end. So, and I think we're ready for that and to pass it on to the new team, and excited to see where they take it. So,
if you can reflect a little bit on your retiring address from yesterday.
Yeah, so the title of my retiring address was Live Your Best Life, and I think it applies to a lot of FFA members here, especially talking about, sports were never my thing going through high school, and to do what you were best at. And for me, that was my SAE and getting to go out on the farm and doing what I love. And it was kind of that saying of, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. So.
Well, speaking of doing what you love, you spent a lot of time on the road this last year as a state officer, and now you get to go back home and play in the dirt.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most things I'm excited for next week, getting to move back home. Hopefully it's dry enough we can get back out in the field. But reflecting on this past year, how the places I've been, the people I've met, I'll just never get that anywhere else. So.
Grady, you were in the spot of some of these FFA members that are funneling in ahead of this morning's session of receiving your state degree, which would be at the 7th session, as well as having the nerves as a state officer candidate. Bring us back to when you were getting your state degree, with some of the memories you had and what kind of made you want to do that, as well as ultimately go into state office.
Yeah, I knew I wanted to impact members some way. Going through, freshman year, you're like, oh, I kind of want to be a state officer. And a little part of you is like, I did FFA for state office. But as it went on, you realized you weren't doing it for that. And I remember sitting here and go, how cool that would be to impact these members, get to go on those chapter visits, share your experiences with them, get on that personal level with them. And it's been so much fun this past year getting to go to all those chapter visits. And I know what it feels like you said, to sit in these seats and get your state degree. A lot of hard work has finally paid off. So really excited for these members today as they walk across stage.
We don't want to look too far in the forward because you do have 3 more sessions. But if you were to give a piece of advice to the new state officer team, which will be elected later tonight, what would that piece of advice be?
It's going to be a whirlwind. It's going to be busy, but enjoy it. These opportunities you don't get back. Looking back to Colt Conference, I remember running off like 4 hours of sleep every night, and you wake up in the morning and you're trying to put a smile on your face. But I would do anything to go back to Colt Conference, get to meet those chapter officers again. So just take a step back, even though it's busy, and take a deep breath and enjoy it.
For those ones that are going to be entering the real in-depths of FFA as they get into their high school career, if you could go back and do one thing different, what would it be?
Gosh, that's a tough one, Susan. Do what you love. Going back to my RA, I was very fortunate to take even though I grew up on the family farm, I knew I was going to have a proficiency, knew I was going to have a pretty good SAE, but I expanded that, doing something such as the sheep entrepreneurship enterprise, doing something I like, something that was a little different. And if I was an FFA member, again, just taking it somewhere else, learn something different, learn something new. So.
Perfect. Grady Johnson has been our guest. He serves as Nebraska FFA State Secretary, and you'll be retiring tonight. Congratulations to you and your team, as you have had a great year of service to the Nebraska FFA members.
Yeah, thank you, Bryce.
And later today, again, 667 FFA members will receive their Nebraska FFA state degree. That's certainly a highlight for many of these members later today, Susan.
I know, and I look back on when I received my state FFA degree in Minnesota, and the excitement of getting to wear that chain on your jacket means a lot.
Join us tonight as we will have an interview with a new Nebraska FFA State Officer team. You can watch that on our social media channels right here on the Rural Radio Network.